Hey guys, so it's Doc here. I just wanted to do a short little review, or maybe a long little review, on Sweet Tooth by Jeff Lemire and Matt Kindt, assisting at one point. So anyway, a couple years ago, Sweet Tooth came out on Netflix. I watched the first couple of episodes. My wife wasn't very interested in it, and so we never really finished it. But the other night, I was sitting at home, and it was almost bedtime. I didn't have to get up and go anywhere the next morning, and so I sat there and started reading the trade paperbacks on Comixology, Amazon, whatever you want to call it. I breezed through all 6 volumes in about 3 days, maybe 2. And what I found was one of the most interesting stories that I think I've ever read. It talks about family. It talks about finding your own way. Because as we grow up, a lot of us, we have different qualities than most people. We're not jocks or we're not literary people. You know, we have to find our own niche and we have to carve our own way. And the only way that we can do that is by trying and failing. The story of Sweet Tooth is the try and the failure of the human race. It's a story as old as time that whatever we're afraid of, that's what causes, I would say, more trouble than anything else in the world. What we're afraid of, we attack instinctively. We don't try to understand it all the time. Sometimes we try to understand it, but 9 times out of 10, we just attack it and say, you know, this might be helpful for us, it might not be helpful for us, but we're gonna shoot first and ask questions later. Now, there are times that needs to be done. When somebody's breaking into your house, when somebody is threatening you or your family, then you shoot first and you ask questions later. But when you're talking about a virus that's going to wipe out everybody except for these quote-unquote special kids, maybe you should do some research, some soul searching. Find out what's important. Find out where did this come from? Was it man-made? Is it something that God or the higher creators? Hey, cats, do y'all mind? Thank you. Now you can go into the other room and go have Kitty Smackdown, number 40. So, to get back to what I was talking about, you have to find where these things come from. And I don't mean do they come from a lab. What is the greater purpose? What was the greater purpose of COVID? What was the greater purpose of all of these diseases that you used to see that you don't see anymore? Where they just, you know, older stuff was not designed in a lab, okay? I don't believe that scarlet fever, things like that, were designed in a lab. Polio back in the 1500s, there were medical labs, there were labs, but Big Pharma did not yet exist. So you can't really blame the rise of those diseases that Hernando de Soto and his men brought upon the Indians that they encountered. They weren't created in some sort of lab by a government agency. So what's the purpose of this disease? Is it to kill humanity? Is it to make humanity think about who they are and what they're doing and how they react? Probably so. It's probably part of the bigger picture is to say, why are we doing the things that we do? It doesn't make any sense. Where did we lose our humanity along the way? And that's what this story is about. It's about a boy and a father and humanity and how we come to terms with people that are different than ourselves. If you are the jock, why do you hate the short nerd kid? You know, why do you not try to befriend that person? Is it because you're afraid that people are going to make fun of you? Is it because you legitimately don't like that other person? I mean, what is your reasoning behind treating people the way that you treat them? And it gets no different when you get to be a grown man or a grown woman. Why do you like some of your coworkers and not like or hate some of your other coworkers? What is it about? Is it about their personality, the way they dress, their sexuality? What is it that you don't like about these other people that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis? And that's really what the heart of this story gets to, is how do you deal with those things that you're afraid of? So if you've never read Sweet Tooth, I would definitely check it out. It's 6 volumes. It's on Amazon, Kindle/Comixology. All 6 volumes are free, folks. You don't have to pay a penny. As long as you've got Kindle Unlimited or Comixology or Prime, then you can download these books for free. You can check them out. All the artwork, except for, I think, a couple of issues, is done by Jeff Lemire. The story is written by Jeff Lemire. And Matt Kindt comes in on a couple of issues to help out with the art. So let me know what you think about Sweet Tooth. Did you read it when it first came out? Have you not read it yet? I think that most people will find it to be just as enthralling as I did. And I think that a lot of people are going to just knock it out like I did in short order, because it's a quick read. It's not like trying to read Planetary. It's not like any of that. Instead, it is a study on humanity, a study on those other people that are different than ourselves, and it's a study on why we do the things that we do as big government, big pharma, first world countries, things like that. There's no judgment there. I'm all about capitalism. If you can go out there and make $1 billion a day, hey, more power to you. I'm not going to sit here and cry because I'm not getting any of it. If you're smart enough to do that, go for it. But anyway, to get back to what I was saying, go check out Sweet Tooth. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it, and I will see you guys in another video here shortly. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.